Family, we are back. I want to thank you guys for being here so much. I'm trying to adjust my little setup and whatnot. I'm just not feeling it, man. I got to get my regular camera back. Jesus. Anyways, thanks for being here. We're going to review and react to a few clips. We got to touch back on this Jay-Z thing, and it's a must. Pause. Heavy on a pause. Real talk. Anyways, we're going to tap in with Key Talk. We're going to tap in with Truth Is. And we're going to tap in with, what is bro's name? I can't see it right now. But we're going to tap in with a few channels. We're also going to tap in on that Sauce Walker situation. Bro better chill out before he gets a visit from his cousin Rico. Wink, wink. Yeah, is that real, y'all? Bro's talking too much. Everybody's talking too much. What's up with that? But Jay-Z, he has the most to lose. The most. But a lot of people are saying the jig is up. Let's review and react to these react to these clips or videos or however I got them segmented out. And yeah, I'm messing up the intro. Don't even worry about it. If you made it here, say I made it. And yeah, I got my whole eyebrow covered up and I ain't even tripping. Anyways, let's get to the content.
Let's get high, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Let's get please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's live life, live once, I'm about to turn up. Get fly, oh for sure, it's about to go up. Let's get high, yeah, you know I'm about to roll. Let's get please, yeah, you know I gotta pull. Let's live life, live once, I'm about to turn up. Get fly, oh for sure, it's about to go up. Roll my blunt and pass my life.
Now, first, we're going to tap in with The Truth Is. That is my guy. Let me speed up this, speed up the playback speed just a hair. And let's get to it.
Jay-Z just set the internet on fire. His Roots Picnic freestyle went completely viral after he aimed bars at Drake, Nicki Minaj, Kanye, Tory Lanez, and several others. While everyone is focused on decoding these bars, they are failing to realize what this freestyle just seemed to confirm. The pressure has officially gotten to Jay-Z. He can no longer pretend he doesn't hear what is being said about him. He is being forced to address it. Today, you will see how this freestyle and his recent GQ interview reveal just how desperate Jay-Z is to shift the current narrative. It is no surprise that Jay-Z's reputation has been in a shaky place as of late. For years, there was a lot of industry rumors floating around that made Jay look questionable. But things got to a whole different level when headlines started surfacing that seemed to give merit to the rumors. Things escalated even further when his name was being brought up alongside those documents at the beginning of the year. People started looking at those past relationships with figures who walked in those questionable circles and started thinking that Jay was just like them. His entire reputation had shifted, and people were looking at him completely different.
I wouldn't be surprised if bro had some of that energy in him. He comes from that era in which it was cool to go past certain buildings and get certain people after class and things like that, where it was really accepted for real. And that's kind of sad. Geez, I was about to say sad and sick. It's kind of sad and sick for real. It was an era in time where that was just a thing. It was a thing. I think he came from that era. People always talk about Foxy and Aaliyah and things like that. We got to talk about Ray Mears' mom. That's what we really need to be talking about.
That was the moment Jay knew things weren't looking good. His reputation was taking a serious hit, and he knew that if it wasn't repaired immediately, it would be forever tainted. This is when Jay-Z started his calculated PR campaign. First, it was the GQ interview where Jay-Z showed up and addressed the things being said about him. But this was a softball puff piece interview designed to make him look good. We will talk more about this later. Now his second attempt is this.
We about to talk about it right now. That interview was so uneasy with me. It felt so forced. It felt so extra. Everything this dude does is extra. He dresses in white on a black set, goes to a black set, go to a white set and dresses in black. Y'all get what I'm saying. But it was too forced. He's really trying to show his allegiance too much. But like Truth Is said, he's under pressure. And I feel that way too. I feel like he's under pressure. And I feel like he's trying to show his allegiance in any way he can. Is it working? I don't know. That's the most I can say. I don't know. But let's continue.
This freestyle where he's going viral for aiming bars at several rappers. This was the exact moment it became clear everything is getting to Jay-Z. Let's break down these disses and what he said.
Get Drive My Way and get a personalized.
Take this time to like the video. Y'all know we don't have premium, and it is okay. Like this video anyway. $ Trap House Kitchen 1, y'all. Send your boy some Cash App love. Let's go.
Before I cleared my name, I would have hunted them, every one of them, playing these silly games. That 1-800 ambulance chaser would have wished one came, but 911 is a joke. Public enemy #1, I've been ranked. This bar is obviously about the legal filings that Tony Busby put forward. He directly aimed this bar at Tony Busby by calling him an ambulance chaser. Now he implies that he cleared his name, which technically he did. The only thing he doesn't say is how he got his name cleared. While the individual involved did eventually clear Jay's name, she also came out shortly after and stated she allegedly felt pressure to do so after third parties repeatedly visited her home. She essentially claimed she was backed into a corner regarding her statements. But luckily for Jay-Z,
Man, you supposed to. And that's one thing I gotta give him on that. He went hard at clearing his name. And then it was so crazy because a lot of those allegations or the situation she explained, it just didn't make sense. You're running without clothing. You're passing gas stations or neighbors' houses and this and that. And didn't go to the police? Alright.
clearly aimed at Tory Lanez. This all goes back to the situation between Tory and Meg. Many believe that Roc Nation backed Megan and helped prove her claims against Tory. He spoke directly to Tory's father with the line about your son being on a federal jail line, mumbling. This was in response to Tory's father accusing Jay-Z and Roc Nation of having something to do with Tory being found guilty. Specifically, the interview he did outside the courthouse where he named them as the masterminds behind Tory's downfall. Tory himself has come out and made a whole album from prison where he calls out Jay-Z several times. He repeatedly implies that they allegedly are the reason that he is where he is today. It's interesting seeing Jay respond to this after ignoring it for so long. It shows that he knows people believe he might have had something to do with it. It's why he's saying Tory is in prison because he snitched on himself. Jay knows he can no longer ignore it and just keep it pushing. Now, this next bar was clearly a direct shot at Nicki. Jay rapped, "The lady back on the stuff. She sounds like she's in love with him. Her can't even pick up their kids. Enough of them. A rapper can't be my op. I got MAGA Republicans." Those shots came from the very top of the government. Good luck with them. I'm governed by God. You try to break the covenant. Now this...
Come on, y'all. He said those shots came from the very top of the government. Look at Nicki's shirt. Look at her black and white. Anyways, bro messed up with that. He really messed up with that. He totally messed up. If he thought things had him under pressure now, just wait, y'all. It's about to get way worse. And I think he knows it. It's going to get to the point where I think B's going to have to choose him or her career and family. Now put that in perspective.
ties back to Nicki's recent comments on Roc Nation. For the last few years, Nicki has been very vocal about Roc Nation. She has made several allegations that paint Jay-Z as a powerful corporate bully who tries to control the industry. Nicki claims that because she refused to work with this company, they have been allegedly working against her. She believes they have been utilizing all types of shady methods to block her industry success. A few months back, she went on a Twitter rant where she unleashed on Jay-Z. She even pointed out his long history of dating girls who are a lot younger than him. Nicki has made it clear she believes Jay-Z is the boogeyman of the industry. But in this freestyle, Jay is telling you not to listen to her because she's on the stuff and is working for the red side. This line was obviously pointing to Nicki's recent conservative shift earlier this year. But again, this is just Jay-Z trying to shift the blame and paint himself as the victim. Earlier with the Tony Busby situation, he paints Busby as an ambulance chaser who came after him for no reason. Jay was the victim of a greedy money grab. Now Nicki is the loony woman who's working for the right to bring him down. Jay wants you to desperately see him as the victim who is being attacked by...
Has he ever addressed the Desiree thing with her taking down a group of people behind certain things? Has he ever addressed that? I'm not sure. And that's a real question, I promise. Because I really want to know. This dude has said so much. But it's like, he want to address the Aaliyah thing. He want to address the Ramere thing. He want to address the Desiree thing. Talk about what Desiree allegedly did with her daughter. Make it make sense. Yeah, let's continue. I'm talking too much.
By jealous people who want what he has. He wants you to think he did nothing wrong. It's why he strategically chose to respond now after months of these allegations being out there, because he knows people are starting to believe Nicki. This freestyle connects directly to his recent interview. The first thing Jay-Z addressed in his GQ sit-down was the claims against him. Now, while Jay-Z technically addressed it when it first broke, it was through a cold-calculated written statement, the kind penned by a high-priced legal team to minimize damage. This 2026 GQ feature was his first time speaking on it in person, and what he said tells you everything you need to know. When questioned about the nature of the situation, he claimed he was heartbroken and filled with uncontrollable anger. He argued that because of his street codes, he could never be capable of what he was accused of. Again, Jay-Z was just painting himself as the victim that people were coming after for no reason. He never once addressed the actual claims or why he believes he was thrown.
Look at that interviewer. I don't even think that interviewer was present on this earth when bro came out. That interview to me was so biased. It was so manipulated. Just totally one-sided. And then he goes on to tell dude, "Oh, don't never let nobody blah blah blah," and then he does to the dude what he tells the dude not to let nobody do to him. I felt the interviewer was really scary, or they gave him a line of questions, like both of them. I feel like it was both, and also a lack of real knowledge. Why didn't they put him up there with someone his age? Period. Put him up there with somebody his age. Make that man hold his own. Hold that man accountable for the rumors and everything. Hold him accountable, especially the way he's trying to come back with this poetic ass freestyle. It was just a poem. That boy wrote a haiku. Let's go.
Into this conversation to begin with. He also doesn't talk about how his name was actually clear. And the worst part about it is that the interviewer did not push back at all. They just set up the questions so Jay-Z can paint himself however he wanted. This wasn't a standard interview. It was a masterclass in PR damage control. They wanted to ensure that every single person who clicked saw Jay-Z clear the air immediately so they can spend the rest of the time talking about whatever else he wanted. This shows how much the pressure is finally reaching the top. Think about how Jay-Z spent years not responding to anything said about him. Despite all the rumors, he remained unbothered. But clearly, that is all changing. Too many people are saying the same things about him. He is not able to escape the claims because they're so prominent. We have to remember Jay-Z isn't just a hip-hop mogul. He has entered the world of corporate America and is one of the faces of the biggest performances in America, the Super Bowl. That connects his brand directly to the NFL, which means he must keep his reputation positive. Everything is building up against Jay. The claims, the rumors, the legal issues, it's all piling up, and chances are those higher-ups are ordering him to fix it. They have likely told Jay he is no longer the positive cultural icon he once was. Now, people are starting to see him as a shady corporate sellout who uses everyone who comes in contact with him. This is why, recently, those who have had negative things to say about Jay and Roc Nation have been getting the call. Some are even waking up to legal paperwork at their front door. We already saw what happened between the blogger Milagro and Megan Thee Stallion. Meg took to critics. He wants people to know that he is too powerful for you to come at.
I'm gonna be real. I am gonna be real. DJ Academics, he's had a long-standing back and forth with this company, and he's alleging that they're sending people to basically gang stalk people affiliated with him. How are you finding these people addresses? Who's giving you the IPs? Come on, let's make it make sense. These people barely have online presences. They're working for academics. There are people allegedly going to their homes, photographing them and all of this stuff, trying to frighten them from I don't know what. But how did they get the information? You got to make it make sense. This company plays a different type game. A very different type game. A dangerous game.
In public, he pretends to be a victim who doesn't know why these people are coming at him. Behind the scenes, he's doing exactly what Nicki Minaj accused him of, allegedly using his power to silence anyone who's not talking about him positively. When you put all these pieces together, the picture becomes very clear. The Roots picnic freestyle, the GQ interview are two sides of the exact same PR strategy. Jay-Z is feeling the pressure of his crumbling public image. He is using every tool at his disposal to rewrite the narrative and protect his corporate interests. On a public stage, he wants you to see a man governed by God who is just defending himself against ambulance chasers and jealous peers. But behind the scenes, the Roc Nation machine is allegedly using its massive influence and legal resources to crush anyone who questions that narrative. The untouchable reputation that Jay-Z spent decades building is officially gone. People are finally starting to look past the carefully created image and question the methods used to maintain his power at the top of it.
We're gonna end it right there. The jig is up. Check out this Sauce Walker stuff. Bro responded. He responded. I left a comment on one of his shorts. I said something like, be careful. I said something about a Rico, the Mann Act, and all of that stuff. Bro is making it super easy for them to approach something like that, for the people, the government, to really come at him. He's using the P word, he's showing receipts, and the best receipts of all for them is he's saying these things out of his own mouth. If they chose to come down on him, it'd be an open shut case, y'all. And that man will go away, mark my words. Let's check out little bro Charlie Smith content real quick. Let me up the playback speed. And my setup might look different tonight the regular way, because I'm not feeling how it looks. It looks so plain over here, and yeah, I'm just not feeling it. But let's continue.
Howdy, welcome back to updates on the biggest stories in hip-hop. Now today we got to talk about a situation that has the entire...
Hey man, hold on. Both these dudes suckers for BBLs. They are suckers for BBLs. Sauce, he tried to go in on his baby mother like, oh yeah, you some all that makeup looked like Jigsaw, and it, boy, you impregnated her. Cut him out. DJ from Hustle and Flow, going raw in a 304. Let's just play the video.
Internet going crazy. Sauce Walka and Drake are trending after rumors started spreading that Drake allegedly hooked up with the mother of Sauce Walka's child. Now, when people first heard about this situation, everybody expected Sauce Walka to go completely off. People expected diss tracks, people expected threats, people expected a full-blown rap beef. But instead, Sauce Walka jumped online and started posting private text messages between him and his ex. And according to Sauce, these screenshots prove that the situation isn't what people think it is. So let's go through these messages one by one because some of this stuff is honestly wild. First screenshot. The very first screenshot is probably the one that got people talking the most.
Can't be tender if I'm the one that's center. We've been splitting buddy money for years. Next subject. Come on, man. Can't be tender if I'm the one that's center. What does that sound like?
Sauce Walka basically makes it clear that he isn't acting heartbroken over the situation. At one point, he literally says, "I will send that bitch to you." And then he follows it up with, "I hope you break them. Splash need the money." Now, social media immediately started reacting to this because instead of sounding angry at Drake, Sauce almost sounds like he's joking about the entire situation. And that's why a lot of people were confused, because usually when another rapper gets involved with your baby mama, this isn't exactly the reaction people expect. Second screenshot. Then we move to another conversation where Drake's name comes up again. His ex asks him a question involving another woman in Drake's penthouse. Sauce responds with a long message talking about paying rent, buying gifts, helping financially, and basically reminding everybody about everything he claims he did during the relationship. A lot of fans looked at this message and felt like Sauce was trying to show that he was always taking care of business behind the scenes. Third screenshot. Now this next screenshot is where things get a little more personal. The messages become a lot more intimate, and this is where some
I'm gonna be 100. I'm gonna be 100. I had an listen, let me be precise with what I say. The over flat stomach and the fat ass and the wide hips, it's not it. It's not it at all. It is not it. Look how that thing is sitting on a table. It barely even sits right because it's not real, allegedly. These dudes are battling over BBLs. Come on, man. It's one thing with Sauce though. Sauce, and I gotta be real about this. Sauce, he always talks about, well, he's always with a ethnicity of other or one from the Caucasus Mountains, and at least that's what it looks like from the outside. I'm not knowing their ethnicities like acutely, but I didn't like the way that he used some black chicks to jump on a girl. Why not some others? Why you have to go to the black chicks? And then when he's trying to shame, I can't even talk. When he's trying to shame the girl he has pregnant or got pregnant, he's like, "Oh, the black girl's so thick and soft and this and that." Why don't you get one of them pregnant? Don't straddle the fence when it's convenient. Rock how you been rocking. That's the second thing I didn't like about the situation. The first is how he's incriminating himself. Like Diddy just didn't go down. Come on, man.
Some people started asking why Sauce would even post these conversations publicly, because once these screenshots hit the internet, everybody immediately started analyzing every single detail. Fourth screenshot. The next conversation is interesting because it shows that communication between them apparently continued even after all the drama. She's still texting him, still checking on him, still talking about seeing him again, which left a lot of people wondering whether this relationship was ever really over in the first place. Fifth screenshot. Now this might be the funniest screenshot out of all of them. After showing luxury cars and continuing the conversation, Sauce Walka drops a line nobody expected. He says, "I'm about to tell Drake, thank you." Not diss him, not threaten him, not call him out, thank him. And when people saw that screenshot, social media completely exploded. Sixth screenshot. The final messages shift into a conversation about money. His ex claims she's given him a lot of money over the years. She even points out that he never bought her flowers.
It's a message that says, "I'm pimping dumbass Kylie." Come on, man. We're going to end it right there. I was going to get into a finesse 2-time story, but I'm going to save that for later on. And Let me know your thoughts. If you made it this far, say I made it. I do want to thank you guys for being here. I don't feel comfortable filming how I film. I don't feel comfortable filming on my phone, for one, but I gotta get comfortable again, period. I'm out. Peace.